All right, so now that our athletes' shoulder pads have been put on, what we can do here is we can actually incorporate and add fitting the helmet. Because what I want to have happen is I want to make sure that that these fit both very well together. Okay, so we're gonna. This is a large helmet. No really reason to kind of say yet that this is the size. You can actually take a measurement around the head, but every helmet again fits a little bit different. So like most of the time, what I like to do is just kind of do trial and error and see what fits. But each manufacturer recommends a fitting style. So he's going to put that on. This one's going to be a large helmet. Okay, and so just based on kind of how that went on, right away I think, okay, that's actually not too bad. A medium definitely would have been too small, and an extra large definitely would have kind of moved around a little bit. Okay, so we're going to make sure that the chin strap is secure. We want to make sure that it's what's called a 4-point chin strap. It means there's 1, 2, 3, 4. What that's going to do is that's going to help prevent rotation forward, rotation back. One of the things here, now that the actual helmet is on, I can do one last check for the shoulder pads to make sure that they're secure. And what I want him to do is I want him to raise his arms up, and I want him not to come in so much that it'd be so loose that it actually pinches his neck. So here again, I think we're looking pretty good. Sometimes the bigger ones, they just, when you raise your arms up, they really kind of bunch up too much around the neck. Okay. So a couple things that we're looking for as far as the helmet goes. Again, making sure everything is in good working order. If we turn them around, we want to make sure that it's got the warning sticker and the NOCSAE sticker, which are on here, which means good, which means that this helmet was certified and is good to go. So now he turns around here. Oh. Since he's on his back, one of the things that we want to do is making sure that the base of the helmet completely covers the occipital bone, so it comes down just below the base of the skull, which looks good. From the side angle, we want to look in and see, do the ear holes line up? They don't have to line up perfectly, but as long as you can look in there and see that they're pretty much right where the ear holes need to be, that's good. If they're sagging too far down, that would be problematic, or if they're raising too high, that would be a problem. Okay. On the front, we want to make sure that there's about 2 fingers width between the bridge of the helmet and the very tip of his nose. The reason is that if it slides too much, that can go down and actually hit the very bridge of their nose, and they can break their nose, they can have a contusion there, they can have all kinds of things. We also want to make sure there's about 3 finger widths between the tip of the nose this way and the front of the face mask, because there again, if they're going to get hit here, you want to make sure that the face is completely protected. Okay. We want to take a look at the cheek pads. They should be secure against the face, but not uncomfortable. If you should be able to do what's called the credit card test, which means that you should be able to stick, the width of a card up underneath here, and that should stay in position and not be too terribly tight. If there's anything so far that I've noticed on this particular face mask is that it is pressing a little bit hard on his cheeks, and so he might say that that's a little uncomfortable. So I'm actually get smaller cheek pads, or some of the helmets you can actually inflate or deflate the cheek pads depending on how the athlete feels and how comfortable it is. You don't want to be in a situation where the face mask is flapping back and forth. So the next thing is that on most of the helmets, on the very top, there's actually a valve by which you can stick an air pump, and then you can blow it up to actually create a more snug fit on the helmet. So typically there's 2 valves. One actually raises and lowers the helmet. The other one secures the helmet around the the forehead. So depending on, again, what style of helmet you would have, you could do that. This particular helmet actually doesn't do that. So the last thing is we want to just make sure that it feels okay. So we're going to grab on the face mask. He's going to try to nod his head up and down. Okay, he's going to try to turn left and right. Okay, and I want to make sure that his head is very secure within the helmet. So far this actually looks pretty good. I don't want to ask him, how does it feel? He may say, man, this is way too tight, it's killing me. So then we would want to go to a slightly bigger helmet, or he might say, it feels a little loose, and then we would want to go through there. So always make sure that you fit these two together, the shoulder pads and the helmet.